Hey everybody, it's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. If you have not checked out my other videos, other channels, LMH Consulting Services, LMH Consulting Services, that's another channel I have. Also a big LPHD. I do plan on doing another video today if I get time for big LPHD. I did another one for LMH Consulting Services. That one is up there. So make sure you just check out these different platforms. So if you see me wearing the same clothes, I'm only mentioning that because you see me wearing the same clothes, that's why. So I want to talk today about women trying to move like men. Women trying to move like men. And this is, I saw a video that really kind of struck me. And I watched it earlier today. Maybe I woke up and I kind of was scrolling a little bit and I can't find it anymore. So I don't have the screenshots. I like to take screenshots and maybe even play it for you. If I come across it again, I'll try to do maybe edit this and then put it up there. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, if you see it, you see it, right? It's on either, I usually just scroll through Facebook or Instagram. So it certainly wasn't on TikTok, although it may have been a TikTok. And it was certainly a skit. It was definitely a skit meant to be funny. Meant to be funny, but it wasn't on a number of levels. It wasn't on a number of levels. So the skit was that this guy was getting arrested for selling drugs. Black man's about to be arrested for selling drugs. They're all young to me. Two black female police officers come up to him and ask him, hey, what's up with you? You still selling hand to hand and selling on the corner or whatever? Why aren't you getting with the times, essentially? So they're they're making fun of the drug dealing trade. They're making fun of the police and how they go about things, and they're making fun of this guy being behind the times about how to, effectively evade police. I can take a joke like everybody else. It's not a secret I was a police officer and all that. But here's the part that, okay, all that. But here's the part that really kind of gets me. Is the guy says, now I can't remember if the guy brings it up or if the women bring it up. Says I think it was the guy who said, listen, let me give you some head. Let me perform a sexual favor for you. I should have said it like that. And, you let me go. And they're like, the women are like, are you crazy? And then they go for it. Like, okay, but this performance, your performance better be fire. Okay. So then they go around the corner, wherever they go, and they show him in the car, and he's finishing up and wiping his mouth, and then he's like, okay, well, just drop me off over here. Now they're in the back seat. There's a female driving. There's a lady driving. The other lady's in the back seat receiving the pleasure, and the guy's in the back seat who is giving the pleasure. And now he finishes up and he's pointing, hey, just drop me off over here. And the lady in the back seat is like, nah, that was trash. It was mid. So they took him to jail. Now listen, I mean, what's not funny about this? Well, I think we can see that sexual assault of any type, of any authority figure, is not funny. He offered to do it. They offered to take it. They took it, and they still arrested him because it was mid. So his oral abilities were mid to subpar. But what isn't funny about that is the dark history that we've had, African-American females in particular. I'm sure that all females have had it, of all ladies, women, have all had some type of all racial ethnic groups have had some type of nefarious dealing with the police, and police are still trying to come out from this type of negative impact that has impacted them. They're still trying to recover from that. Thanks to body cameras, GPS, and things like that, and people willing to speak up, obviously that is curtailed drastically. 2024 is nowhere near to what it was in the 60s or 70s. And let me be very clear before I continue on with this. That was not going on to my knowledge in my department. I know it was going. I've heard of it going on in other places where where cops were getting arrested and all that kind of stuff. Let me just put that up front. It was not a situation where we were sexually abusing anyone. but is something that I think that we can acknowledge somewhere, somehow was happening, was occurring. And for these young ladies to make fun of that, as if the tables are now turned, right? That's what I want to talk about. The tables are now turned. We got the power now. We're going to sexually assault you. We're going to make you do this. And if you don't up to par, then you're going to go to jail anyway. Why would you make a joke about that? These are your aunties. These are your mothers. These are your godmothers. These are your church mothers, church sisters who went through this. And this is funny. This is how they got out of trouble, how they got out of a ticket, how they got out of by having to do this. So they want. Are you trying to move like men? You think this is funny? I didn't think it was funny as a man watching this, being forced to perform this. I didn't think it was funny if I'm a woman watching this, recalling how traumatic that can be when somebody says, if you got to do this, that, you got to do this in order to get that. Get out of trouble, get a job, get a promotion. I didn't think it was funny from a police officer's aspect. It just continues, oh yeah, who's watching this? Yeah, this is what the cops do. This is what they do. You know, now it's our turn. It's female empowerment. It's our turn. And and you're not gonna be any better. Isn't the point to be better? Isn't the point to be better? The point of putting women in these positions of authority and power from which they had traditionally been excluded is to be better. So it's not better when women become school administrators, politicians, and they're doing the same type of behavior. So therefore it makes no difference whether we put males here or we put females there. Chiefs of police, officers, politicians, school administrators. You're all going to sleep with students. You're going to sleep your way to the top. And you're going to make men sleep their way to the top. Wow. Wow. Now imagine male police officers of any race making that same video. And this happened to be all three black people. It wasn't like it was two black females and they're making a white dude do this, right? Right? Because now the tables have really been turned. But now this is three black people doing this. Now imagine if male actors, right? This is a skit. I know it's a skit. I'm saying it's a skit. Male actors making a female do this and putting this up on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, or TikTok for everybody to laugh at. You'd be outraged. I wish I could find it. I scrolled through it. I can't find it anymore. So, and hopefully they took it down. You'll never be able to live that down. You'd be canceled. Your channel will be canceled. It's not funny. Sexual harassment is not funny. Sexual assault is not funny. Now the tables have turned. And now there's so many stories about female politicians sleeping with their aides, female school district principals, district higher-ups sleeping with their aides and secretaries and underlings. And there's some lady from some town in Ohio doing this. All this kind of crazy stuff. So it makes no difference. Human beings we're just gonna human being. People are just gonna people, and whoever's in the position of authority and power, we're just gonna abuse people. And that seems to be, this skit seemed to be an example of what we're gonna do when we get in power. And the comedy portion of it is, well, men don't really care, right? We don't really care. We don't really mind that kind of thing. The dude still got arrested because he didn't perform at a certain level. Imagine the dude's making that same thing and then saying, okay, Listen, you even though you did it, it was trash, it was mid, it was sub, and we're gonna take you to jail anyway. We're gonna give you this ticket anyway. You perform this, and you're still gonna get fired. You're not gonna get the promotion anyway. That's it. That's all I got. Let me know your thoughts or opinions. If I could find it, I would. But it's out there. Maybe it's not out there anymore. But this is a skit that I saw. I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram, and I just happened to be thinking about it on taking a ride. So much love and peace, everyone. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Rate, subscribe, share.